Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Old Bud, the WWE fanatic, back here again. What I'm going to discuss this evening will probably get under some people's skin, and that's fine. But I'm going to talk about some of the changes that I think WWE definitely needs to make. And the first one, the referee's disqualification count. I believe they need to change it from 5 back to the original 3 that it used to be years ago. To start with, it takes a referee so long to start counting anyway. That 3 would be a 5 anyway. But they need to change that disqualification count from 5 back to 3. And there's a few things in pro wrestling, especially WWE, that I think need changing. And it needs changing too. An automatic suspension as of the time it happens with loss of pay. Number one, any wrestler that intentionally puts his hands on a referee should immediately be given an automatic 90-day suspension without pay. That's what I said. 90-day suspension without pay. Number two, any wrestler that comes down to that ring and intentionally interferes with a match in progress should be given an automatic 30-day suspension without pay. 30 days without pay. There's entirely too much interference with matches going on. As far as I'm concerned, let me hear from you about what you think about it. And I think interference with matches, that 30 days without pay, should also be given to those clowns that come down and sit at the commentator's desk during matches. Come on, folks. We all know they're only down there for one reason, and that's to interfere with that match the first chance they get. And then there's the wrestlers that come down having people accompany them to the ring, such as The Miz bringing his lady down there, and Jinder Mahal bringing them 2 little pimps. Yep, that's what I said. 2 little pimps of his down to the ring with him. And we all know it's just because the first chance they get, and every chance they get, they're going to interfere somehow. If not with the referee, with the other wrestler. Those people that accompany the wrestlers to the ring and then intentionally interfere with the referee or the other wrestler during that match should be permanently banned from ringside. Yes, permanently banned from ringside. Now, in my opinion, if the Miz's lady gets banned from ringside, within 2 to 3 months, Miz will be playing women's professional croquet or women's professional polo, something to that effect. Because I don't believe he can win without her. Now, Jinder Mahal, now there's a man that can wrestle when he wants to. I don't see any reason for them two little pimps to be down there at ring with him. Come on, Jinder, get rid of them and wrestle. WWE, make some rule changes. Put back into professional wrestling not only some sport, but some sportsmanship. That's what I said. Put back into professional wrestling some sport and some sportsmanship. One real problem that I have with WWE's programs. Those wrestlers come out to that ring, grab up a microphone, and during their bragging about themselves or threatening other wrestlers, they use all that foul language. People, look around that arena. Look how many children are in that arena itself. And think, too, how many children are sitting out there with their parents or their guardians watching these wrestling programs? They don't need to hear all that foul language. And I don't buy this people telling me, well, that's the way the world is today. Get used to it. Baloney. Pure baloney. WWE, stop them from getting on them microphones and using that foul language. And last but not least, Brock Lesnar. Now, folks, Brock Lesnar holds one of the most prestigious belts in WWE Pro Wrestling. But when's the last time he's been out there to wrestle? WWE, get him out there wrestling or have him forfeit that belt. The fans want to see the folks that hold these championship belts out there wrestling. Get Lesnar out there wrestling or make him forfeit that belt. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's all I've got to say on this subject. But I sure would love to hear from you folks. I want to hear what you other fans have to say. Come on, contact me, talk to me. Well, may the good Lord bless and keep you, and good night.